Feeling sky's the limit. Feeling sky's the limit. Party, I ain't minute. Feeling sky's the limit.
Thursday with Devsuki, Serial, 6'3", and now today's victim on a series on how to edit like it's Gojo. And no, I'm not talking about Gojo from JJK. It would be kind of crazy though if Gojo would make some kind of edits. But if you don't know who Gojo is a famous editor with 213,000 subscribers. Please let us reach this number as well. It's literally my dream. Subscribe to my channel if you want more videos. Anyways, he does all kind of edits from anime. Therefore, I took a closer look at one of his edits from Blue Lock with 1 fucking million views. And I broke down the edit in its pieces. So let's start. We make a right click, new, create a null object layer. And put this here down to the bottom. Cut it here with Ctrl Shift and D, Command Shift and D if you have a Mac. And then connect your first clip with the null object above. We see we have a normal scale out of wave warp and flicker. I activate motion blur on the null object first, and then we press S to unwrap the scale and do a normal scale out. The scale starts here. So I press on the stopwatch on scale and set this back here maybe, and at the start I do a zoom in like this. Then I highlight the keyframes and press F9. Go to the graph editor. And why does it look like this? Where is my graph? Where's my graph? I don't know where my graph is. Where's my graph? I'm so confused. Ah, here. So, and we put this to the left like this on the edit speed graph. And we have something like that. So, like this. But I put it a little bit back. Yeah, this looks good. And of course we have opacity here, but it's automatically here in the remake clip, so I don't know. I still edit, press T to map the opacity, press and stopwatch on opacity. I set it here in the middle on somewhere on 100 and here in 0. Wait, then I put it like this, so it looks better. So this looks good. And we already got the first part. Now we gotta add our wave warp. Go to effects and presets and search for wave warp. God, I need my tea before it's getting cold. Ah, that's good, that's good. So, but you see it looks shitty as fuck. So the wave type remains on sine. The wave height, we're gonna change that to around 4. Yeah, I like 4. 4 is a beautiful number. And we set the wave width to a really high number because the higher the width, you see, the less weird it looks, like the frequency, if you know what I mean. So I set it on 200 maybe, because I like the number 204. Yeah. Maybe we have to set this to 5. This looks good. This looks good. So the direction remains like this, and the wave speed we set it kind of down to maybe 0.6. So this looks good. So next step we have is the S underline flicker. It's part of the Sapphire plugin. S underline flicker, and oh no, that's the problem I have with After Effects 24. It's lagging. I need to restart my After Effects. Give me a second, guys. So, okay, now we are back in the game. We add our S underline flicker, and just add it to our clip. And that's basically it. And then we change and do the opacity. Oh, I already did it. I forgot. But we have to set it on 0 here at the end again. So press T. I copied the value. Oh no, we don't have that. We set it on 0 right at the end, so we have 3 values in total. Like this. And now we have our second clip. Now this is interesting. We need a bouquet clip. I just chose one randomly from YouTube. Here, soft, light, and just put it on here. This is the bouquet I chose. I just fit it to the duration of our clip. And then if your After Effects looks like this, like mine, the timeline, just press on toggle switch modes that you get the modes here. And I changed that to soft light, maybe. And press T to opacity. I set it maybe a little bit down. So like this, it looks perfect for me. I changed it to soft light. So it depends on what overlay you use. You can play around with soft light, screen, and add. That's most of the time what I use, or even multiply. But it could be everything else. Just play around with the settings. So, and then we have an opacity here as well. So we start with the opacity first, of course, with the basics. So we pressed here right at the start to create an opacity keyframe, and we start with a low number, maybe around 5. No, it's gotta be a little bit lighter, maybe like 20. And I go 1 frame forward, you see, because that is like basically 0. Then we set it to 0, and then we set it to 100 like this. And then we go a little bit forward, set it down again, and then I go forward and set it to 100. So we have like a flicker. See? So it consists of 5 keyframes to start. The first value is 20, second is 0, 100 is 26 I have now, and a 100 again. So, but you just gotta play with those settings, guys. So it can vary, and of course, you still add your own, you know, spice to it. Here I said press here to add a keyframe, and here it's gonna be on 0 again. So like this, basically. Boop. And now we'll start with the next thing, and that's gonna be our scale. So we make a right click, new, and create a null object. And like here before, we cut it that it fits to a duration with Control Shift and D or Command Shift and D. I always need to save just in case. I'm always really scared. So connect the first clip and the second clip, like the overlay, with the null object. And here we do a zoom out, like a scale out. Press S to open up the scale, and press on the stopwatch on scale. This is gonna be our normal scale value that you have, and we'll put it a little bit back, maybe like here, before the beat comes. And at the start we do a normal zoom out again, highlight those keyframes, press F9, go to the graph editor, right click, and make sure to use edit speed graph, and we do a normal speed graph to the left like this. So we have like that. And now, oh god, I had to burp, I'm so sorry. So I put a little bit back, and then I go forward and set the value to here, and we set the same value, like 100, and put this back a bit, and then we go after our beat here maybe, and do like a slight zoom in like this. I try to recreate this so we just see the shoelace like this, and then we go forward a bit again like this, and set the same value like this by pressing on that square, and then go forward again, and it's gonna be our normal value 100 again at the end like this. Now we have that 2 framed, and then we need to frame that. We do 1 to the right, so like this, and here we do a middle graph like this. Boom. That's kind of long, you see. We need to shorten that, because here it's already zoomed out. Maybe I delete the middle keyframe. Yeah. We had 1 keyframe too much. We just delete this one with the 130. So it should just look like this. Bomb. Yeah, we got that part. Now, saving again. We need the next part. It's not over, guys. Now we need our S-align shake. So we create a null adjustment layer, new, and create an adjustment layer. And put this above the null object, Control-Shift and D. Control-Shift and D, or Command-Shift and D. And then we go to effects and presets and search for S-align shake. Oh my gosh. It's lagging again. I don't know why it's always with the Sapphire plugin. So you know what? I just installed FX Console really fast that it doesn't happen. So just imagine here, you search on effects and presets. I have that console here as S-align shake you search for, and put this on your adjustment layer. Our S shake, I guess, we start here and don't change any of the X, Y, or Z shake, so it remains like this. And right at the start we have the shake, as you see, so we have a really strong shake. So I let the frequency maybe stay at 8, but I've gotta look. So press on the stopwatch on amplitude and press U to see a keyframe, and then just start. I'm gonna set it maybe to 2. 2 is a beautiful number. And then I go forward and Z to 0 here. So we have this shake. Oh, this looks amazing. I'm sorry, I just love shakes. I highlight them and press F9. But here we have a shake again. So I'm gonna create a shake here as well. So here I'm gonna set it and press on a square to create the 0 value. And then here, where the beat is, I'm gonna set it to maybe 1, maybe? Because that shake isn't that strong. And then go forward again and set it to 0 like this. Maybe we gotta put that closer. Yeah, this looks good. That looks amazing. So we have that part basically, but I'm gonna make the bouquet a little bit stronger. The next thing we need is we have some kind of vignette. So go to effects and presets and search for vignette. So you see vignette, it's already part of After Effects, and put this to your base clip, main clip, whatever. Oh, I already had vignette in, as you can see. But I just play with the settings here, so you can just take the values I have or just play around. We move on to a more interesting part, and this one here is like adding this glow. You could see we have a glow here. So the first thing I do with the main clip is, because it's just a normal clip, is making a right click, pre-compose, and move all attributes in a new composition. And I check this, adjust composition duration to the time span of the selected layers, and press OK. So we go inside the comp and we have our main clip here. I create the comp because now it can get quite complicated. So we make sure to copy our clip with Control and D. I call that the glow clip now because we're gonna create a glow now. So for this, we go to effects and presets and search for linear color key. Linear color key. And set this to our glow layer, so the one on the top. And now you have the key color pipette here, and you pipette that color out where you want the glow. In this case, I want it to be on this blue one here because I want the stripes, you know, to glow. And then you have to play with the matching tolerance and matching softness. I recommend you to make this eye here invisible so you can see where you will gonna see the the glow, I'm sorry, I apologize. And then we play with the matching tolerance. Wait, in a second, I give you another tip that it's easier for you. Search for invert and set this invert to your glow clip as well, so it looks like this, and set the channel from RGB to alpha, so now you can see where the glow will be applied. So the best possible thing is that you should see the glow, the stripes, and you need the deep glow, and set this under your invert. And you now see where it's gonna be applied on the glow if you make the eyes scene again. And I don't want this background, so we gotta play with the matching softness and matching tolerance. So that's kind of a game you gotta play, and I hate this about this glow. I love this glow, but I hate to do this. So if not, I just make this here go away and look to choose another color or a deeper blue, a lighter blue, whatever. So now this looks better, you see. Gonna play with the matching softness a bit. Maybe set it to let's set it to 8. 0.8 maybe. So this doesn't look bad. You can play around with the deep glow, with the exposure here and the radius, like how much of the glow you want. So it's up to you. But we aren't finished because I want to add some of the glow, of course. I still want the glow on the hair, so we gotta add a second linear color key, and set this under the linear color key before, like this. So it's gotta be above the invert. Now I gotta deselect both of them first of the effects, because then we wouldn't see the pink hair. And then go to key color, choose the pipette, and of course choose the pink hair. Now it's gonna look like this. And now we can activate the invert and deep glow. But first I gotta play with the matching tolerance. Be like this. Oh, that's kind of light. So like this is good. That's good. So I have the matching tolerance on 6 now, matching softness on 0, but it really all depends on what clips you're using. It's gonna look like this now. Now we can make our clip visible again. It looks like this. Doesn't look too bad, you know. So this is how it looks now. And we can go out of our clip. And we have the glow, but that glow looks kind of different, maybe due to coloring, but we can all change that later. So now we will do our transition. We see we have a zoom out again, like scale, yeah, if I'm not wrong, and a shake and turbulent display. So let's add our turbulent displays first. Go to effects and presets, turbulent display, search for that, add this to your clip. And we have turbulent, amount, size. We just need amount, size, and press on the stopwatch on amount and the size. We can let it stay on 50 because it's kind of a strong turbulent, but it's totally up to you. Maybe I'm gonna settle this 45, yeah. And the size, we're gonna set it a bit down, 70 maybe, around 70, yeah. And then go forward, and here somewhere in the middle I'm gonna set this to what do we set it? Of course the amount to 0, but the size, we're gonna do that higher now. Yeah, that's good, that's good. And we change the offset a bit. I just do random numbers, by the way. There's no specific number that I personally chose. And then I highlight this. Keyframes and press F9. Okay, and then we add our S shake as underline shake. You're just gonna do a normal shake again. We don't change any of those settings. Press and stopwatch on amplitude. Press U to see that keyframe. And where does the shake stop? Here maybe. I'm gonna set it to 0 like this. And then I highlight this keyframe, press F9. Maybe I change the frequency to 12 because I want a harder shake. Like, frequency doesn't necessarily mean harder, it just means how many shakes, like how often. So this looks good. And then we have some kind of a warp again, like a fisheye thingy. So I go to warp and search for where's my warp here, put this on the clip as well, and then I change it to from warp style arc to fisheye. What the fuck, why do you look like this? Anyways, press on the stopwatch on bend, and it's more like this kind of warp. So we gotta set it to a negative number, 25, not a high number. Then press C to see the keyframe. Maybe here set it to, there's still a soft warp, maybe like -6. Woo! This looks good. Yeah, this looks good. Highlight and press F9. So okay, we basically just need our null object for the scale in, and then a little bit of opacity. So I create a null object again, right click, new. Fish warp here right at the end, so we gotta add this too. So we press U again, gotta look where our warp is here. So press here to create a keyframe because we still have that one here, and that's the one on -6, and at the end you see it's going out, but it's not hard, like it's just a soft one, so I set it to -50 and put this at the end. Then I go and highlight those two keyframes, go to the graph editor, make a right click, edit value graph, and I choose the top one and set it completely to the right like this. One up like this a bit. So it looks good. Yeah. So on this one, I will add a warp transition connecting to this one now, and a twitch on this one, but I'm not going to show that in the flicker. Or what means I'm not going to show that? I'm going to show that, but speeding it up a little bit because these transitions are rather unnecessary for this how to edit like Gojo, so you can watch me doing that. Dojo, Mojo, Casa, whatever house. So the next thing we have is that one, and I really hate that because I still don't have figured it out how to do that. To be honest, I tried it yesterday night at 2 a.m. We just focus on that clip now. I will go and do a pre-comp first, make a right click and pre-compose that, and use those two settings and press OK. We go inside the comp and we have that now. We copy our clip with Control and D, and with the first glow, let's start it off. So it's kind of complicated. Try my best. We go to effects and presets and search for BCC. Linear color key is like the normal color key, but a little bit different here. We choose the hair with the pipette here and choose the hair here. You can now like see how to say that, which colors are selected or not or whatever. We gotta set similarity here a little bit down. Wait, I cannot see the clip because you see we want to keep the pink kind of out, so we have 21, and then press on the stopwatch on similarity, press U to see the keyframe, and we go a bit forward. Here set to here now, because right now we will see the normal clip here, and then here I set the similarity to 20, Just one down. Oh wait. That's gotta be a bit more. Like this, and then we have it like that. Yeah, one. Oh, sorry, set it on 1. Then we just copy our clip with Control and D, because now we have another glow, and we will set it a bit back like this, like some kind of reverse staircase. Gotta delete the Brazilian color key, but we need that in a second anyways. So, I mean, we need it, I'm sorry. So, we deselect the similarity here, because we need new keyframes, and we this time gonna select the blonde here for the eye, here. Gotta deselect both clips. Now we have the blonde eye here, or not eyebrow, lashes, eyelashes, exactly. We press on the stopwatch on similarity, and press on the stopwatch on key color, so we press U to see that, and we put this somewhere. Wait, gotta put this back and put that back, and at the start we're gonna set the key color to black, completely black, so we have it like this. Whew, it's kind of getting complicated. So the next thing we do is we go to effects and presets, search for, oh no, we don't do that with the key color on this one here. I apologize, it's gonna be blonde, but we do that with the linear color key. Linear color key, and there we're gonna press on so much key color. Gonna start with black first, and then go forward and set this to the blonde here. Eyelashes like this. Then we have it like that, and then press on the stopwatch on similarity here. Gonna set this here right at the start, and then here I'm gonna change that to, oh, that's too high. To 7 maybe, and at the start we have it on 0, and here with the linear color key we gotta play with the matching tolerance and softness keyframe, then 2, press U. Gonna have the matching softness on 0 first, so we have matching tolerance and softness both on 0. Then I go forward a bit and set the matching tolerance to 12. Nah, let's do 13. And the matching softness stays as it is, so press no, I'm gonna do it like this. And gonna go 1 frame forward, and gonna set this to what do we set that? Delete this with the 0 one. For let's set it on 10, and a matching softness to 0.8 maybe. No, 2.8. No, 0. Have it like this. Effects and presets. We do like before, search for invert. Where's the invert I'm searching now? Here. And it looks like this now. We're gonna set the channel to alpha again, so we have it like this. And then we search for deep glow, and set a story clip, and now it looks like this. But we have to change it a bit because it isn't supposed to look like this. So I go to the start, set matching tolerance to 7. I think I chose the wrong yellow. So I'm gonna do this in a faster pace because you gotta play with the settings. I cannot tell you the exact settings because it depends on what clip you're using. So we have an opacity here. So I go inside the clip, press T to map the opacity, press and stopwatch on opacity, set it to 0. No, the first is gotta be like 10 again, that we see that. Go 1 forward, 100, then 1 back, and set it to 0 again. I need the clip next to me. So 0, 100, 0. And then we have the kind of glow thing. So we have this, and then it goes maybe 100, and then here, gotta be closer. Set it as close to 0. Set this here. Press U, because we gotta see the... Gotta set this down. We see the blonde hair, the pink hair first, so I'm gonna set this back. And then I set this here too. Set this blonde even more back. So here we gotta set the... Play with the linear color key first, set it to 0. And then here we gotta set the opacity back up, maybe. So we have something like this. I don't know, does it make sense? It starts here first. Okay, so like I marked it. So here, then we gotta set our keyframes differently. So you gotta do it to your own pace. I don't need to explain everything. With the opacity, I'm gonna do that really fast. So we add an adjustment layer, right click, new, and adjustment layer. So gotta add a shake in a second, right click, new, and add a null object as well. What am I gonna do? Since we have that comp clip here now, and we need a ghost zoom and a normal position here, as you can see, I cut it here with Control Shift and D where I have the marker left. Control Shift and D. So they're not gonna be important for now. So I connect all of those clips with the null object layer I just created, and press S to open up the scale, press on the stopwatch on scale. I set it, where does it end? Here. So I set it here. I start gonna do a zoom in. Oh, I accidentally connected the reference video with it. This shouldn't be like that. The reference video is gonna be on top, so don't be surprised. I just needed it for me. Marker your keyframes, press F9, go to the graph editor, edit speed graph, and set the graph to the left. To the left, to the left, to the right, to the right. And I see we have some kind of gradient thing. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's the 4-color gradient. Can try that out. I'm freestyling everything. We add our shake first, maybe. So I go and we have a turbulent displace. We add turbulent displace and goes till here. So press and stopwatch amount and size again. Press U to see the keyframes. I set this at the start. And here I'm gonna set it to 0 and the size maybe bigger. I just do the random value now. So we have something like this. Looks good. And then we add a shake. Search for S_shake and add a shake on your adjustment layer. And here we're gonna press and so much on amplitude. Press you to see the shake keyframes. Then I go there, align that with the turbulence one, set it to 0. And we have that. I don't know why it doesn't do it properly. So it looks good. So here we have a ghost zoom. So I cut the clip here with Ctrl+Shift+D or Command+Shift+D. And then here we have another position, so we gotta have 3 clips in total. Okay, I would say let's move on to our second clip here. Go inside the comp and press. We don't have the glow, we still have the glow, but only the purple glow. So press T here to up the opacity. Press here on the start clip on opacity, delete all those keyframes here. Press and stopwatch on opacity here, and here it's gonna be on 100. Ah, well, it's kind of light, so set it here on 62. And the same goes for your opacity, 62. And at the start 0, like this. But I press U and delete the first linear color key because we don't want to keep the blonde here. The blonde glow, only the pink glow as I can see, and put those keyframes forward like this. And now we need to add a ghost zoom. So what I do is I just copy the main clip here. Wait, we can delete the null and adjustment layer. I just copy the clip with Ctrl+D or Command+D, put that right at the top. Then we go search for invert. We have something like this. Change the channel from RGB to lightness. Is that the same? I guess, yeah, that's the same. So then we do just a normal scale and opacity. So we press I didn't graph them now. I think it's not necessary. So we go and can go out of the comp. As I told you, it's not for beginners because it's kind of complicated. Here I see we need to add a squeeze. And yeah, it's a squeeze and opacity. We already added that. Yeah, we need to add a squeeze and a twitch. So for that, we go and search for warp, add this to your comp layer, and we set the warp style to squeeze. Press on the stopwatch on band here, and we're gonna set this to a lower number. By the way, add motion tile, so we don't have this kind of thingy here, so add motion tile really quick. Motion tile, and add this above your warp, mirror edges, and then output with output hide. So we have like this. Make sure to set it above the warp, because if it's under the warp you will not see that. And then we set the bend to like this. Then I go a little bit forward. Gotta look here maybe. And set the warp to 0. Then to... what number is that? Maybe to 6. Here, set it to, let's set it to 8. And then to 0 again. Set it like this to 0. Highlight them and press F9 to ease them. Here we need a Twitch. So we search for Twitch here. Set this to your clip. And here the first value is gonna be amount and speed. We set them both to 0 because we don't want to start it right in the middle. Right at the start of the clip, we wanted to start here maybe. And here I'm gonna set this higher. Amount to 100 and speed to let's set it to 76 and enable. It's a slide. It's a slide, right? Yeah, and then set it to 2. And then I set it, go a little bit forward and set that speed to maybe 10. And this to 2. Yeah, because I want like an after impact, you know. Then I'll highlight all of the keyframes and press F9. So it's gonna look like this now. We have a little zoom in, I see. So then we have to add a little zoom here on the clip before. So go to layer, new, create a null object, cut it here with Control Shift and D or Command Shift and D. And connect that null object and activate motion blur, of course, with the new one I created, and press S to map the scale because we see we have a little scale here. So I start scale here by pressing S to map the scale, stopwatch on scale, and then we zoom in here. Oh wait, we already see that clip here, so we gotta put this a little bit back like this. See, it's kind of complicated, guys. I still struggle with that. So highlight, press F9, go to the graph editor, right click, edit speed graph, and I set the graph to the right. To the right, to the right. Wait, it looks kind of weird off. I didn't even put the more back. How much do you want me to put this back? Like this? Better? Yeah, I hope. Yeah, this looks good. This here, back like this. Gotta do more of zoom in. Like this. Pew! And there's a little zoom out, I think. Oh, now we gotta add a little zoom out. So I went inside the comp. Make right click, new null object. Put this out. And connect all the clips here with the new null object created. Press S to open up the scale, press and stopwatch on scale. Put this back. And then I zoom out like this and add motion tile. Oh, I accidentally added that on the null object. No, oh my gosh, what am I doing? So like this. Oh my gosh, this looks horrendous. Set the graph to the left. I just hope it doesn't look shitty. Gojo can delete that. Looks like a zoom out. No, we gotta do zoom out again. So this looks good. Oh, it's cool. We're still in the intro, guys. We're still not finished. So next we'll come to finally to the last part of the intro before moving to the main part. Oh my gosh. So we have a lot here, basically. We have turbulent displays. We have a warp fish eye again. Twitch. Okay. I would say we will start with our position first. We create a new null object, cut it with Control Shift and D, Command Shift and D. Delete that here. Connect that with the clip both, and then we need the position, so press P to open the position, Shift and S, and Shift and R to open position, scale, and rotation. We press and stopwatch on all of them. So these are gonna be our first position, and then we go there, scale and rotation, a keyframe, because we have a kind of rotation here. We have or set it to an add motion tile, don't forget that, by the way, motion tile. So like this. Whew, a little bit of rotation we have here, and 100 stays on 100, and then we go a few frames forward and set our position. I set it a bit to the right. I don't know if it makes sense. I just freestyle it, by the way. Go near the end and set all of them here again. Then here in the middle again. And at the end like this. So now it's the question how we do this. Then we set it to a negative number. We have 1.2. Set it to a minus number maybe. Ah, here it's a negative number. Set to a negative number here. Like this. Then we're gonna set it on 0 here. Oh, it looks good. Then we have... Here we have... And zoom out, then a zoom in. So it's gonna be a zoom in. So first we have a zoom out, as we can see. So I set the scale up. Then we have something like this. Then I put this a little bit forward. I know it doesn't make sense, guys. I know it's supposed to make sense. Gotta set it to... $120, then we set this on 120, 22, like this. Then we have a zoom out. Oh, what means zoom out? We have a warp here at the end. Do like this. 76. So you have to play with the settings. I cannot specifically tell you how it's supposed to look like. And here in the middle, I'm gonna play with the position. This is just what I randomly do as well. Then here we have then set this to the right. So I tried to match that with the video. So this is what we got, and then I highlight all the keyframes and press F9. Wait, here the rotation needs to be 0 again. So it looks like this. But of course we have to grab it somehow now, so I gotta look how I grab that in a second. That's gonna be funny. Like here I have to... Oh my gosh. Scale. So just follow me. I don't know how to properly explain that part. So I will add a twitch now and a turbulent displace, so like a warp fish eye at the end. And I do that on adjustment layers. I think I don't have to explain that because I already had the same twitch and turbulent displace on the clips before, so just watch me doing that. If not, move on to the main part of the video, and the video is already, oh my god, almost 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours long. I don't know how to, by the way, how to do these glowy shiny eyes. I still need to look on that, so you can watch me doing that, trying that, or giving up. You will see. So now I add the black bars by going to new and solid layer, change the color to black, and I call that black bar, press OK. And now we go to effects and presets and search for CC jaws, and then put it in, and then press the competition, go forward a bit. And you see we have spikes. We just set the height to 0 and then we have it like this. Now I just keyframe the competition depending on how you want your black borders, as you can see here. I think I don't have to say much, and then you just grab it maybe a bit, but that's not difficult. You can watch me doing that. I think I already explained on how to do black bars like this. If not, watch my other videos. There's nothing to explain much because I want to save time in this video because it will be way too long. So yeah, just watch me doing that. It's not difficult, guys. So guys, we move on to our next clip, and it can get quite messy now. We have this clip, we do the background. I don't have a clue how to do the background. I just do what I think feels right for me. I use 2 overlays from 6feet3's editing pack, and the other one is one randomly from YouTube. I will look if I find the video again and put that in the description. And first what we do is to create a rotobrushing the clip. We do that by searching for this icon here, Rotobrush tool. Just select it and double click on your clip, and what we do is we select our person, just ignore that down there, and we rotobrush them out. Everything inside the purple line will be seen later in our clip, so yeah. We can go out of this clip and it will look like this. Now you can play around with the settings, but let it stay like this because I'm happy with that. After that, we press Ctrl D to copy our clip, okay? Once. Or, did I say Ctrl D? Or Command and D. Then make a right click on it, on the bottom layer, pre-compose it with those 2 settings, and we call that mask now. Like this, or terp, can be everything. And we go inside our clip and we have that now. So what we do is we create this kind of background saber effect. We gotta mask that out. I know it sounds dumb, but we need to do that. We make right click, new, and create a solid layer. This is where we apply the saber. You can put it above or under it, we don't care. Then add the saber to your black solid layer. Wait, I call that saber, so you know that is the saber thingy. And we select the preset energize, or was it energy? It can be both, you can decide. I think both look really good, and then we can change the color accordingly to it. I already tried putting the Rotobrush on the saber one like this, and then go to customize core, set the saber to layer mask, but it doesn't work. So it means we gotta go disable the eye that we don't see the saber, we grab our pan tool by pressing G or on this little sexy pan, and we mask around Shido. The good thing about this is, because it should be just like an aura thingy, you don't need to perfectly mask it out. So it can be rough like this too. I don't make it pretty now, so because we will add a turb on it later anyways. So we have something like this, nothing happens. Go to saber and change it to layer mask. And then we have this one here, like this, and put that under the remake clip. So it will look like this now. I know it looks weird. You can customize it, play it, change the color to purple. It's a purplish color like this. And then you can play with the glow intensity, with the glow spread, like this. Core size. These are gonna be the important one. Here we have to, this is uninteresting for us, the customized core. So what we'll go now is go to effects and presets, and we can add, how to say that? A turbulent displace now. Displace, and put this on your saber clip, and then we have, like, could play around with that. Now it looks weird because we got a customized or saber then. So like this, but maybe we have to change it to energize then, right? Glow bias. So it's up to you. I will adjust the settings here now. We're gonna animate that, of course. I go to press on the stopwatch on the mount, press U to see the keyframes. Why is that glitching like this? I don't understand. Wait, toggle switch modes, change the mode to EAT. Okay, I have to look why it's glitchy. Wait, give me a second. And then we press U. Yeah, like this. No, we don't need the amount, sorry. Don't press on the stopwatch on amount, press on the stopwatch on size, then press U. And then we go there. And change the size to a higher number. My After Effects is quite laggy right now, and I don't know why. And change the evolution here on the stopwatch. Press U. And then we change it to 90, the first value. And then the last value to minus 125. Should look like this. No, I just go out of my mask because it's kind of laggy. It looks like this now. And of course we have to adjust it because it doesn't look right for now. So go inside again. Only here is it's laggy. I don't understand. Don't understand. So here, by glow distortion, open it up, we can change it like this. Wind speed. I don't know what I'm doing right now, by the way. I don't use saber often, so I just change random settings. Noise scale. Ah, okay, that's how big the noise is. Noise complexity. No, we don't change that. Can change emotion. Blur, but that's not what I want. The seed is not important. Glow settings. Can change the intensity. So guys, I just change random settings. You can watch me do that because I don't use saber often. That's why I'm doing stuff randomly. Just watch me. I just made the mask smaller because I noticed in the video that there wasn't like a glow outline but only like the aura thingy. That's why I only did it like this. I know it looks kind of weird, so it should look like this now. But it looks good. And now we gotta add all our overlays. Highlight both the comp and this remake clip, make a right click and create another pre-composition. Call that Shido Purple. Then we go inside that created comp. Let me save. And I'm gonna add those overlays now. Later. I just add that randomly now. So, and then we can add, we have this, then we go and have to look our mask and set it to add. Then we have something like that. And then we go out of our Shadow purple and we create another pre-composition. So we make a right click and pre-compose it again with those two settings, press OK, and we go inside the comp. Now we have a comp inside a comp inside a comp. That's why I say it's not for beginners, it's kind of complicated. For this, we create a new adjustment layer, make right click, new, and create an adjustment layer. So we have one now. We will add Twitch, the BCC, lens, blur, OBS, and turbulent displays on it. Yeah, I let it like this. I put that directly at the end. I don't care, looks better. I'm sorry, Gojo, if you see this. Anyways, we start now with the motion. We make a right click, new, right click, new, and create a null object. And we connect both adjustment layer and the Shadow purple with the null object we created. And we're gonna start off with like the scale by pressing S and position, shift and P, make a right click on a position and separate the dimension code. We just need the Y position, the scale. We press on the stopwatch on both of them. And then we're gonna start with a scale out. So I set the first value maybe here. So we gotta experiment a little bit. Let's start, we have a zoom out like this. Then I highlight the keyframes, press F9, go to the graph editor, right click and edit value graph, and we just make a normal graph to the left like this. Should look like that, right? Ah, that's a bit too short, I guess. Put this somewhere in the middle. Yeah, this looks good. I think we don't even need to add a position then. Let me look. Like this, and then we change like this. So there's no specific value how to do that. F9, right click, edit value graph, put this like this up there. Yeah, but we need to add motion tile, as you see. So go to effects and presets for motion tile and put this on your Shadow clip, mirror edges, and just output height. Ah, but you see, we got a none. So we use disconnect the adjustment layer with an object. I'm sorry, now it looks like this. Like this now, the first motion we have. We can put it even longer like this. Go to the graph editor again and fix that because we don't want any bounce. So I just made the motion longer, so it looks really good. So we create the next null we create the next null object right by pressing right click, new, and new null object. Then I first activate on all of our clips motion blur and connect the new null object, the old null object with the new one. And for that we need rotation, scale, and the position. So press R to empty rotation, shift and S to open up the scale, and shift and P to open up the position without closing each other. Just press the stopwatch on all of them. And now it's get kind of messy, guys, I tell you. So I need to look myself. I press U here, that I see the keyframes there. So we go maybe, where do we go? Maybe here. And then I set this a little bit back. Gotta fix those graphs. I set it here in between the Y position, where the Y position ends and where the scale ends. So we have the position and scale 1 here. And the rotation starts 1 frame later. So how do we do that now? We go and set this first one rotation to, I think we can let it stay like this and set it to wait, add a keyframe here because we gotta do one from this one in the middle and one at the start and one at the end. I just think about how I do the rotation the best. Let's do a -4 one, a 3 here at the start, and at the end we set it to 0 again. So we have set it totally at the end, and we should have something like this. Ah, but that's too harsh. That's too harsh. Then we set it to -1, 1.5 maybe. Yeah, this looks pretty acceptable. Then we highlight our rotation keyframe. So just press on the word rotation, right click, and keyframe assistant easy ease or F9. Go to the graph editor. Now we have something like this. You look ugly. Wait, I cannot zoom out. What shit is that? I do the right one like this. And the left one like this. Now we have something like this. Amazing, but I have to adjust the motion tile because I didn't adjust the output width. This looks pretty good, guys. So now we have to change our position and scale. For that, the first scale stays as it is. And the last one is gonna be on to zoom in. So I think 176 is enough. Like this, put this at the end, then highlight those keyframes, press F9, go to the graph editor, right click and edit value graph. Make sure to put the graph to the right like this. So this looks pretty good. Now we could change the position. I think it's not even necessary that we change the position. So I just skip that. Yeah, we can delete the position value. I apologize. I apologize. From the bottom of my heart. We make a right click new, and that's gonna be our last null object. Then activate motion blur and connect the older one with the newer one. And here we only add a scale. Press S here to remove the scale, and we go somewhere here in between the scale and the rotation, and we press S to open up the scale and press on the stopwatch here. And we go here somewhere like this and add another keyframe. And there we do a zoom again. So the first value stays, and here we're gonna zoom in a bit more. 114 is totally enough. And then highlight your keyframes, press F9. Go to graph editor, right click and edit speed graph. And this time we do something like a middle graph like this. But do a soft one. Don't make it too harsh. Like this. Yeah, it should look like this now. So we are finally... Oh, we aren't finished. We aren't finished. Guys, I lied. I forgot to add the lens blur OBS. But I think that's not important because it already looks quite alright. So I just go out of our clip. And it looks like this. Oh my gosh, I like it. Okay, now we have to add like this black solid, right? I just gotta check. Ah, we have an edge glow here. I forgot. Let's add this now. Edge glow starts here. Wait, starts here and ends here. Okay, it's a one framer basically. We make it right click, new, and adjustment layer. So it starts, let's say here, Control Shift and D or Command Shift and D to cut it. And one framer, Control Shift and D or Command Shift and D. I didn't see what kind of glow it was. So I think we search for find edges on the one framer. Press invert, blend with original. Nah, well, let's stay like this because we add colors anyway. Then we go to search for S underline. Oh my gosh, let me save just in case. S underline edge colorize here. Gonna make it purple. Yo, not that color. I mean the top, sorry. It's gonna be changed to purplish color. Purplish color. And purplish color. Then I smoothen out the edges a bit. Then we go to hue set bright. Hue set bright. Can change it to one color. I want a dark purple. So maybe like this. And we could add a deep glow now. Right, then I delete find edges because it looks shitty with that. Put the smoothen down to 0. And then we go to deep glow. Set it like this, and then we have something like that. Okay, I'll do it longer than one frame, maybe like this. And we could add, like, how's it called? Warp. Warp. Just search for warp. Is that warp what I search for? Not arc? No, not that warp. Wave warp it's called. Yes, exactly, wave warp. Put it under the deep glow and change it to noise, exactly. And we change the direction to 180. Oh, hey, what did I write? Seriously, 180. Yeah, like this, and then I change it like this. Like this. I just do it randomly, by the way. There's no setting. And then we go out of it, and we have something like this now. And then you see we have this kind of black solid thingy. So we have to add a black solid, layer, new, and create a black solid. I call that black bar. And I cut it that it fits to the clip here. Hello, where are you? Here you are. Cut the clip here with Control Shift and D or Command Shift and D. So go to Effects and Presets and search for CC Jaws. Add this to your black solid layer and then... Ah no! I forgot, we don't have the black bar, we have a moving black bar. We gotta create a bar ourselves, so we just go here to the rectangle tool by pressing Q and create a little like this. It doesn't have to be thick like mine, can be thinner or thicker. I use it like this now and create this kind of bar. And then we just press P to warm up the position and you see the bar goes down here. So just zoom in a bit, press on the stopwatch on position. Where does it go down? Here, yeah. And then we put this down like this. Put this to the end. Highlight your keyframes, press F9, go to the graph editor. Make a right click, edit value graph. Okay, make a right click on a position. And just separate the dimensions. Because we just have the... Where is it? Why do you look so weird? Just have an X position. But like my graph doesn't look like I want it to be. Wait, chill a minute, guys. Ah, I forgot to I forgot to press F9. Press F9 to easy ease them. And we just need the Y position, just delete the X position one. Make right click now. Now it looks right. Yeah, it should look like this. We change that to the right. Yeah, to the right, guys. I was wrong. That looks better. Yeah. So, change that to the right. No, I deactivate my reference layer because it's kind of annoying. And we have, I saw we have some kind of vignette. Do you pronounce it like this? I don't know. And just search for S_vignette and put this on your pre-comp clip. We press on the stopwatch on radius, press U, and go a little bit forward. Set this down a bit. And then set this down again. Put 6 maybe. And then to here 1.1. Oh, not 1.1. Until we don't see the vignette and it should look like this. Looks good. I highlight it and press F9. And was it a white vignette? I'm not sure. It's a white color, so we change it to white. It's kind of harsh. Can I change the opacity here? Yeah. Change the opacity down to 0.1. Wait, not 0.1. A little bit higher, and then save it, and then whew, we move on to this one here. So you could add a particular, and it's glowy now. Here, like this. I'm gonna do this pretty quick, because I will not explain it. It's just the same that we did before, like roto-brushing it, adding a ghost zoom. I showed you that in the clip before, and adding an overlay, and yeah. We're gonna make a new layer. We're gonna do the same solid layers here, so I just copy that with Ctrl D or Command and D, put it above it here, like here, and then cut it here again with Ctrl Shift and D, Command Shift and D, press P to interrupt the position because the keyframe's gotta be different, obviously. So just delete that, and we're gonna keyframe it here right at the start. Gonna press the stopwatch in the Y position. It's gonna be down here. And then we go somewhere in the middle and change it down like this. So we have, bam, something like that. Yeah. Then we highlight our keyframes and press F9. We just go to the graph editor. Make sure that you're in a edit value graph and put it up like this. Whoa! Oh, now I know why it's fast. It's on 60 FPS. So it should look like this. I like it. I really like it. Oh. So the next thing we do is we put those both in a new pre-composition, make a right click and pre-comp it. With those two settings, press OK. And then we have something like this. We go here inside the comp again, and we have those two of them. Make a right click again and pre-comp it again. I know, I'm so sorry guys. And from here on we gonna play with all our settings here. We need the warp. I would say we start with the warp, go to effects and presets and search for warp. And then go here, where's our warp? Here, and put this on your clip like this. But we need a different warp. We need the fish eye. So it looks kind of weird now. I know, guys. I know. Set it to the bend to 0. Press on a stopwatch on the bend. Gonna press U to see the keyframe. and put this at the end because it's gonna be on the end, and then we set the bend to -100. -100 like this. And then keyframe it. Easy it with F9. Go to the graph editor. Right click edit value graph and set the graph to the right. It's gonna be the ending. Why do you always look weird? So it should look like this. It's kind of weird now. I don't know why. My After Effects is somehow laggy. The scale. Press here to open up the scale. Press S. Press on the stopwatch on scale. And this is how we're gonna start the scale. And we set the first one a little bit out. Should be a zoom in. Press here to see the keyframe. And then I go directly to the end, I guess, and set it to the normal value. Oh no, a little bit zoomed in, but that's kind of too much. Like 122. Set it to the end so it's like this. Then I highlight the keyframes. Oh, just press on scale. Here, F9, go to the graph editor. And now we're gonna do the scale one. A bit different from the graphs we did. You do it like that. Make sure that you're in the added value graph here. It's gonna look like this. Add motion tile, so it should look like this. But we see we need to add motion tile, so just get to effects presets and search for motion tile. Add this to your clip, add mirror edges, and then put it higher up like this. Press Shift and R to unlock the rotation, and then U to see the rest of it. And now the first rotation one is gonna be a -1, -13 maybe, and then we go a little bit forward, like here a few frames. Let's do -9, that's enough. Then highlight your keyframes, press F9, go to the graph editor. We make the same graph as we did on the scale one. Oh, you look kind of off, brother. Oh my gosh, After Effects, gotta save that really quick. Why can I not zoom in, bitches? Looks kind of off. I'll put this... Now I understand why. I put this too near to this one. The motion's gotta be longer. But let me... delete this frame, and now I'll put it out like this. Then highlight it with F9. And now it should be juicy, guys. Yeah, now it looks right. It was my fault. I apologize. Add opacity. I press Shift and T to open up the opacity. It still continues. I know it's shitty, but yeah. After that, I'm gonna make a right click again, pre-compose that, and press OK. Now we have a comp inside a comp inside a comp. Ooh, that's a lot of work. Wait, I gotta go out. So we go inside a comp and we have the comp, and we can copy that with Control and D or Command D. We have this upper clip now. And what we do is we need to change the scale here. So press on the stopwatch on press S to open up the scale, and press Shift and T to open up opacity, and press on the stopwatch on both of them. So this is gonna be funny. After that we are finished, I promise you, at least with this transition. We have this as the first value, 100 on the scale. And then we just go somewhere here and set the scale to 120, as long as we don't see this weird glitches anymore. So it should be like a ghost shake. Anyways, make it bigger then. And then I highlight the keyframes, press F9, go to the graph editor. We have this graph here. And we put this graph up like this, and then like this. So we should have something like this. Here we need the opacity. The opacity is gonna be 0. And aligned with the scale one, we have 40, like this. Highlight the keyframes, press F9, and we do the same graph here. Wait, but this doesn't look right. I need the reference for a second. here. Oh yeah. So it's gotta be bigger. So I scale it up even more, like this. And then here we're gonna set the opacity to 0 again. But then we have to change the speed graph. Change it like this. Like a small mountain to the left. Set the opacity high here. We can add effects like S-Align Edge, Colorize. Because I think this was what was on it, right? And then I search for Deep Glow. Put this under it. And just let it stay like this. And now we should have our transition. Yeah, we are finished with this one. But here it still comes down. Yeah, maybe I need to adjust the... Oh, I need to go inside the comp, See? To fix it. I need to fix the black bar. Because it ends here. And then I started just from here. Maybe from the middle. Like this. And it should look like this. Yeah, this looks right now. Oh my gosh, I can't do this anymore, guys. I swear. Then here we have this transition here. So this is nothing interesting. We see here we have just a glow, particular, a zoom, opacity. But the opacity is already here included for me, so I don't have to do anything. I think this is kind of a turbulent or skew and glow. So I think I'm not going to explain that one. I will do that really fast now. Then a fish warp again, like we have before. Then here, in maybe linear color key and deep glow. And here, this is where the part I'm going to explain how to do the Gojo text. And then we have this. So it's just the same kind of effect that I don't need to enlighten to you, hopefully, because this video is already really long. So guys, I'm going to edit this part now. And after that, we will see each other later. Here I added a rotation and scale transition. And here I added a twitch and stuff. I think you saw that in the speed up, because I thought I don't need to further elaborate on it because it's just a standard transition, and I wanted to move on to the more important stuff, and that's gonna be in every Gojo edit, and that's the 3D text obviously. And I have a comp inside the comp, so it could look complicated. So we go inside the comp, and we're gonna create a 3D text now. So for this, go to your horizontal type tool or press Ctrl and T or Command and T and create your text. I type in Wiki because if I type in Wiki's draft it would be too long. Oh well, we can still try that. Wiki's draft. And then of course I change the changing position is not important because we're gonna change it later anyway. I'm not sure which font Gojo uses. I think it's the, wait, gotta select that text. Hamston, do we have that? Yes, I think that's this text layout, but I'm not sure. I make it bigger now. Make his draft like this. We don't care about the color and stuff anyways because we're gonna replace that. For this, creating the 3D text, you need Element 3D from Video Copilot, I guess, and Shine from Trapcode. It's from Red Giant, and Deep Glow plugin. First, we're gonna create a layer new and create a solid layer, color black, and then we go to effects and presets and search for element. Put that on your solid layer, and then go to custom layers, custom text and mask, and go to path layer 1 or choose any path. It's your choice. There's no difference. Press from none and change it to your text here like this. Now go to scene setup, and we get into something like this. It could look complicated, but it's not, I promise you. Just press on extrude and you get your text. Sexy, right? You go to presets, and I have the pro shaders and pro shaders 2. You don't have them, if I'm not wrong, because you need to install that, but we don't need them anyway. We need to go to bevels, physical, and search for pro black like this, because Gojo, his their edits always have on a text something like this outline thingy. So I think it could be what was it called? Pro black could be, but you can try out different stuff, but it looks the nearest to the Gojo text font I have. We have many stuff, but I let it stay like this. Then I press OK. Then we have something like that. No, I forgot something. Go back to scene setup. I apologize, because you see it looks kind of dull. So go back to scene setup, and we need to go to environment, basic, underline 2K, and we need the basic underline 2K. This one, double click it, and you get that. You get a nice texture, and press OK. Now it looks better. Now it still doesn't look good. I know guys. It will look better soon. You can disable the text now here. Go to effects and presets and search for Deep Glow. Put that on your solid layer where the text is, and you see now it's lighter, the text. And for now we just put the arrow down. No, close it. We go to group 1, particle look. And where is it? Here, search for multi-object and press on the arrow on the multi-object and enable the multi-object thingy. Because with that, we animate our text now. So it looks kind of overwhelming. We have a lot of settings, but don't worry guys. We just play around a little bit. First, I want to look and change the size. No. What is that particle size? Yeah, with the particle size I changed the text, how to say that, the scale of the text, the size of the text. Yes, it was like this. And here with the particle size, way, you can change that here stuff. So just play around with the settings. But guys, we want to animate it now, so go to the start, and we need the rotation, random, displace, and the Y rotation if I'm not wrong. And you see with the displays, we're gonna put the text outwards, if you know what I mean. And this is what Gojo always has. So at the first I set it to 25 maybe. Oh, okay, that's kind of much. Well, I think that was a little bit too much. Maybe 12. Where's my text now? My text is gone. Just my S is only there. Wait. Because since I have a really big text. So I think 2 is enough for me, but you play around with the settings, it's up to you. Ah, wait, go right to the start. I think 3 is enough for me. Press and stopwatch on displays, and on the rotation, we're gonna set this to 153. It's up to you. I just use some random values. I don't have specific values, to be honest. And the Y rotation, we press on the stopwatch there as well. And we set this on maybe 108. And then I'll go forward where you want it to end. I go to the middle and set the displays to 0. And now it looks scattered like this, maybe like this, and the Y rotation to 12 maybe? Yes, this looks good. Ah, we have the scattering thingy. That looks, might be kind of useful too. We press on stopwatch and scatter multi, what is this called? I don't know. And at this start we're gonna set this to 0, and here maybe to well, I set it to random number now. I have it on 10. Yeah, this looks good. I put this to the end. Now we have something like that. And now we highlight all of our keyframes here and press F9. Go to the graph editor, and we can either do an activate motion blur. We can either do a middle graph or a graph to the left. It's up to you. I will test both out. Maybe I do it to the left. I use the edit value graph like this, and then we just put it to the left like this. By the way, don't be surprised if I talk quietly again. It's 2 AM and it took me a week to do this edit now, so I didn't record that on just one day. It literally took me 1 week. So like this to the left and this to the left. So this is how it looks like. Oh my gosh, it looks really fresh. And Gojo always has this weird beautiful shine, and like I said, we need a shine plugin for this from the Red Giant. Search for shine and put this on your solid layer, and then we have something like that. Nah, maybe we can let it stay at 2D. Now we have to look what fits the best. One color. I set it to one color. No. Sometimes I like the bluish color, if I'm not wrong. Well, this looks kind of weird now. Gotta play a bit for shine, like a light blue. Yeah, this is the shine we needed. And then you can add like this light rays, CC light rays, put this on your solid layer. Wait. And then can you change and animate this? Like we put the CC light rays here and we press on so much on center. I set the keyframe right at the start and align them with the animation. And then some in the middle, I set it to the right. Then we have something like this. This looks amazing, and that is how we have our text. I highlight them, press F9, we don't animate this. And this is our end. Wow, it looks really good. And now I add a transition matching to this one. Because I'm not gonna further elaborate this too, because we always just need the opposite of it. You see at the end I have a position out or scale out to the left corner. Like here we have the same corner out, zoom out, and here we have a corner zoom out and the scale out to the left corner, and I do the same here. That means we need to do a zoom out of this corner, and then here from there on the last transition I'm gonna do a recording again, because this transition is like a mask transition, but it's not difficult, guys. It's really easy. But first I'm gonna add the clone stuff. Okay guys, we are finished now with this part. It was really difficult for me, I have to admit. It doesn't look perfect, but I try my best to recreate it. And now I would say we move on to our last transitions. I just show you the masking part because the masking path because the last part is self-explaining with a zoom out transition. So we have these two clips now. We have to go inside the comp. We have those two clips here, and we're gonna start with the mask here because here at the end we will have a mask. For that we need to Rotobrush Shido out, and we make a screenshot of him first. Save. Press on this to take a snapshot. Composition. Save frame as file, and then we go to current settings. No, we go to output module. Set the format from Photoshop sequence to JPEG sequence. I want maximum quality. I mean high is okay. Okay, and now we can put it on my desktop. Save rendering. So now we can import it. File, import. Where is it? Where is my picture? Here. Perfect. Now put it above. We have like, why is the fucking quality so bad? What are you doing to me? I mean, it's okay, because we're gonna mask it out anyways, but I don't know. So make sure that the clip is overlapping a little bit. cut it with Control Shift D or Command Shift D. It's 1, 2, wait, how many frames long is it now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, more than 10 frames, but it can't be less because it's gonna be fast. But it's up to you. What we do now is to mask it out or Rotobrush it out, make a double click on it, and then we just Rotobrush it. I think I don't have to explain it, right? So you see we have that now. I know the quality sucks now, but that's okay. I need this because I don't have enough memory. So with this, go to your clip and press P to multi position, press and stopwatch on position. And at the start, we let the frame like this and put it to the end like this. And at the start, we're gonna put that down like this. So it would look like we animated up like this exactly. Then highlight the keyframes and press F9. But now we have to go here and create a scale out. I make right click on it, pre-compose it like this and go inside the comp. Oh wait, not selecting my brush. Go inside the comp like this. We make a right click, new, and create a new null object. Activate motion blur. And then I connect that clip with the null object and I make a scale out like this, press and stopwatch on scale, put this like probably in the middle, and at the start we're gonna do a zoom in, maybe shift and P to open up the position, press and stopwatch on position, and I change the position a bit, and at start, right click and press on reset. Then we have something like that. Then highlight your keyframes, press F9, go to graph editor, we set both graphs to the left, start with the scale and use the edit value graph, but you can use the speed graph as well. For the position, right click and edit speed graph, set that to the left. Now we should have something like this. And then we make a right click again, new, and create a new null object, connect that with the one above it. And here we need to press S to up the scale again. And put this a bit back. Here I press on the stopwatch to set a scale keyframe. Then I go at the end and scale it in again. So it's a scale in again. Highlight the keyframe, press F9. Go to graph editor and then I put this to the right. Maybe I should have to add a glow and how to say that? This glow again with a linear key, but I don't need to explain it again because I showed it to you already, and if not, yeah. So basically we would be finished. I just added vignette and stuff like that, extra effects, but nothing in particular, just coloring, using my own coloring though, but since I'm really bad at recreating coloring and remaking it. So basically I just add a glow on it and a vignette. So if you don't know how to add a vignette, just select a clip and search for vignette, CC vignette, and then you can change the amount and like what's what it pin highlights and just play with the settings around. It's not difficult, guys. I believe in you. So that's it basically, guys. I hope you liked the video. See you in the next one. This is the longest video I ever did, so leave a like and subscribe because this was hella lot of work.